Hello, my dear friends. I want to talk to you today about fairies. And I'm going to tell you a story that my experience with fairies. And I will tell you, they are very much like the mer people whom I've also had communication with. They do not like to be around humans uh, because of the way humans treat each other and the greed that we have here on this planet, but they are here and we can communicate with them if we are open to it. Years and years ago, I moved in with a guy that I was dating, and he had this, I don't know how to describe it. It was a it was a really cool backyard. It was just an average backyard, but he had, music and fire pit, and it was kind of run down, and he was an alcoholic. But we were happy and we laughed a lot. And so the energy was good. And I could step outside in the backyard. And now I know a lot of people see with their natural eye, but I'm not one of those people. I can feel. I can feel when there's a spirit around me, or I can feel when there's any other of the elementals, other dimensional elementals are around, such as fairies. And so I would step outside in the backyard and I could feel them. Oh my goodness, they were everywhere. And we had water fountains and little, plants everywhere. And it just was, the energy was so good. And they were there. And unusual, the guy that I was living with, he was also open to those sort of things, and he could feel them, and I think he could see them as well. But he had a little opening on the deck. There was a little space up under the deck of the ground, and one day I asked him, I said, "Where do you think all of these fairies, where they go to sleep?" And he said, "Oh, they all congregate and hang out under, in that little space. It was like a little crawl space or something." But one day I had some friends over who do see with their natural eye. They see spirits and other dimensional elementals. And we were sitting in the backyard, and both of them said, well, the wife said, "You don't see those fairies over there at that water fountain playing?" I said, "No." She said, "Oh my God, there's 100 of them or so. They're just hanging out. They're all over that water, all over that water fountain." And then a few minutes later, as we were talking, there was a solar light way off in the corner of the yard, and her husband said to me, "There, there's a fairy right over there. He's hiding behind that solar light, but he's there. He's watching us." So I never saw them with my natural eye, but I sure felt them. But let me tell you what happened. Now, if you want fairies to come to your yard, fairies are going to protect you. They will give you wisdom. They're happy. They love to play. And it's just a happy, I can't even describe the feeling, how the joy and the just it's like being high. It really is. So it's even better than being high, I will say. But when things were going bad with the boyfriend and I, we were beginning to have some problems. And I remember one day I stepped outside. There were no fairies. They were gone. And I could feel it. The magic was gone. That's a good word to describe it. When they were there, and I said it was so happy and it was like, being high, it was so magical. And they were gone. And that was my red sign, my red flag. I knew that there was something really wrong in the relationship. and it wasn't going to last much longer. And I was right. And so I have now, you can invite fairies. They want to communicate with us, but they don't like any drama. And you have to be respectful to them. You have to be nice, treat them with respect. Because once you piss a fairy off, well, you're not going to like it. But they can be sneaky too. They can be very mischievous. So I hope you like this video. I'm going to be talking a lot about fairies for about a month now. And we're going to be talking about fairy gardens and ways we can communicate with the fairies. And so if you like this video, please hit the follow button. Follow me on my other social media. Sign up for my newsletter on my website at thesorceryhouse.com. It is listed here in the listing. And I will talk to you again very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.